Hello. I just wanted to take a moment to illustrate that the Uberti 1873 Winchester replica, this is a carbine 20-inch barrel, and this is the first time I've broken it down. I've put probably about, close to 75 rounds through it, I think. Uh, I just put 10 rounds of smokeless, 10 rounds of black powder substitute called clean shot powder. They don't make this anymore. This is very old. I've had this for about 16 years. It's a black powder substitute and it's very dirty. And I mean, once you shoot something with it, it gets so filthy, it's unbelievable. And you want to clean it quick because it's very corrosive and it'll cause corrosion and rust and all kinds of problems. If you shot it in something like this Pieta 1851 Navy, uh, if you don't get to it within a couple of days or less, it'll start getting rust points and just all grunky. It's horrible. But this, on the other hand, I was impressed. I loaded about 25 grains of this clean shot powder in these 4440 Remington shells uh, under a Hunter Supply 200 grain hard cast bullet, and I was impressed. The I was expecting all this to be filthy. It's just, hold on, the toggle link just fell out. That's all right. There he goes. Like I said, it's the first time of me taking this down, so this comes out pretty easy. And I was expecting this to be filthy. I mean, having black powder and everywhere and residue, and look at it. It's clean. It's just super clean. So is this. It's just unbelievable. I'm impressed. And the reason I settled on the 4440 instead of, say, the 44 Magnum or the 45 Long Colt or 45 Colt is because of exactly this. I was told over and over, if you want to go with a Winchester replica, 1873 replica, get 4440. Even though it's not as common as it used to be, it's a bottleneck cartridge and its edges are a little more flexible. And so when the weapon discharges, the powder in the case fires, it expands. And when it does expand, it seals the chamber inside the gun. It seals it so there's no blowback in here. And I found that to be true. I'm just illustrating right here. This has been a great gun. I'm appreciative to my wife and my father for providing this for my birthday present this year. And look at this toggle leak action. Very simple, very fundamental. And let's see, it's very simple. Comes in and out real easy, as you can see. And it's just very different from the stronger actions that are more, quote, modern, from the 1892 and 1894 Winchesters. This is 1873 action. This is really old school, but it's pretty impressive. This clean shot powder averaged about 1,230 feet per second. Now, I was impressed by that. I got these cases, from a reloader. These are the first rounds I ever fired through the gun. They came from some private company in Houston when I bought the gun, and the store sold me these. And they averaged about, close to around 1,200 feet per second. And I reloaded these myself after having used those with 8 grains of unique with the same bullet, 200 grain Hunter Supply hardcast, and it averaged about 1,180 feet per second. And that impressed me alone. But this old clean shot powder, I mean, I wasn't expecting much, just having a little fun. But that was pretty impressive stuff. They don't make that anymore, as I said. I have yet to try American Pioneer, which is what I usually use. I've pretty much run out of it. As you can see, this canister's empty. A lot of the reloading data I used going off their website. I ended up loading about 25 grains of clean shot powder in these cases under this 200 grain bullet. It's not so much what you're really trying to do is compress the powder in. It's not, this isn't high pressure smokeless powder that you usually use. You want to compress the powder in with the bullet. Just make sure you fill the casing up enough. Don't compress it too much. You don't want to, increase pressure to the point where it's dangerous. But you don't want to leave any air. You don't want to leave, unlike with smokeless powder, you don't want to leave a gap. You don't want any kind of gap in between that bullet and the powder in that case. So anyway, it averaged about 25 grains of clean shot powder, more or less, when I loaded these 10 shells. But I had a lot of fun with this, and this carbine is just an excellent weapon. It's a great gun for just carrying in the woods, having fun. Throw it on your four-wheeler or your tractor or whatever. And even my wife enjoys shooting it. It's not a whole lot of recoil. The 4440 is not a 30-06. It's not even a 30-30. But it'll get the job done, and you're getting basically the power of a maybe even 6-inch 44 Magnum handgun, and in a very light rifle. It's easy to carry. My wife just really enjoys this. It doesn't hurt her. It's easy to operate, and the loading gate, you just feed the shells in here one at a time. Very simple, very fundamental, and I really appreciate this, and I just glad to be able to share this and demonstrate this action. And I noticed that there are very few YouTube videos, and it's been commented in discussion that with all the YouTube videos out there that demonstrate this gun, most people usually practice it with this and demonstrate it in 45 Colt or 44 Magnum, and a few in 4440. But there's very little commentary on just how clean this gun is, and that's pretty amazing. I mean, it's like I said, I was told that the 45 Colt, for instance, which is what I was originally wanting to get, that the 45 Colt, which I happen to have one right here, is a lot thicker. The wall of this case is a lot thicker, and when it's fired, it's not going to expand as much, and so you're going to get a lot of blowback. And this, as I stated before, powders like this, clean shot, and other black powder substitutes, and even black powder, that's what it's meant to imitate, will blow back into this action here and just start to grunk it up, and you'd have to clean it every so often, as you use it. But this is pretty impressive. This is just an amazing piece of old school technology, and I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to demonstrating this gun to you on the range sometime. Thank you for watching.